I'm Davina.
I'm Ishan, and welcome to Round the Wall.
The newest and hottest place to hear us talk all things football. So we're filming this a couple days before the Premier League starts. We've got opening fixture, Burnley host Manchester City, current Premier League champions. How excited are you for football to be back?
I'm really excited. I think, as you aptly reminded me before this podcast began, we have had football this summer with the Women's World Cup, and we had the Women's Euros last summer, but I have really missed club football. The weather's not been great here. I just missed, tuning into the Champions League, the Europa League. Well, I'm going to have to be tuning into Europa League this
Thursday
year.
Thursday nights are busy.
A bit rich coming from you and not qualified for anything at all. But anyway, I'm really excited, and I'm ready to get stuck into what we have today for our predictions video.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so first up we have our relegation predictions. Who have we got?
You want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna start from the bottom and go upwards.
Okay.
I think 20th I'm going rock bottom, I'm going Sheffield United.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you why. I think they've just sold their best player, Ndai. He's gone back to France.
Gone to Marseille, yeah.
Yeah. They haven't made many signings. They're a newly promoted club. They just don't really inspire me with any kind of positivity. I think they're going to go straight back down and rock bottom.
See, I didn't put them as rock bottom. I put them as second from the bottom. They finished second in the champ. Their manager's name, I think, the manager's name of the season, Heckingbottom. That's a funny manager's name. Like you said, they just lost their striker, got 14 goals, 11 assists. That's going to be a massive loss for them. They're losing one of their other players to Burnley, who they'll be what's his name? Sander Berg.
Yeah. Funny enough, we have had multiple links with that player over the last few summers.
Links FC.
Although he is one of their best players, I'm happy he didn't come to us. But again, that's going to negatively impact them. Losing your best striker and your best midfielder, newly promoted team, it's not going to end well, is it? So if you had them in 19th, who did you have rock bottom then?
And I really want to be proved wrong, because I think, so my bottom finish is Luton.
Okay.
Regardless of where they finish, I think whatever happens with Luton is an unreal story. They're the only club which has dropped from first tier to fifth tier and come all the way back up.
It's a fairy tale.
If anyone's watching and can secure me Luton away tickets, please let me know, because I know that I don't have enough points to get that. I think they have maybe 1,000 ticket allocation, so that's no way ground I really want to tick off. But I think they will have a good-ish season, in the sense that I don't think they'll get battered every week.
Not going to be as bad as Sheffield United.
Yeah, not going to be as bad as Sheffield. But it's just, their striker, Carlton Morris, got 20 goals last season. I think he just signed a new contract, so I'm interested to see what he does, but I think it's difficult to see them staying up. I really hope that I'm proved wrong, because it would be unreal for them to stay up and have that fairy tale, we stayed up, but being a bit realistic, I think they're going to finish rock bottom.
Fair enough. I think it's the same. I had Luton in at 19th, no surprises there. I actually have a fun fact about Luton. So my second ever game I went to was actually Luton-Liverpool at Kenilworth Road.
Wow.
Not the famous FA Cup game where we came back to beat them. Xabi Alonso scored from the halfway line. It was more of a mini game. It was 1-1, Peter Crouch. And
what a guy. Love him.
Yeah. Little mutual player between us. Nice. Funnily enough, I think you might be a bit jealous. Not the away end, but I might end up going to Luton because very good family friends are actually sponsor Luton and are season tickets holders there. So I might be heading down to Kenilworth Road. Excited to see what it's like post renovation. But I have them in 19th. You have them in 20th. I think again they'll be more exciting than Sheffield United. But I don't really see them doing much. They've got, I think, Kabore is in my fantasy team, so shout out him. Cheap 4.4 mil defender, but apart from that, nothing to write home about.
Who have you got in 18th?
Okay, so I think this is where
Have you gone rogue or have you like what?
So I switched mine out last minute, just before this podcast, based on transfer news. So I'll tell you who I did have in before. It's very contextual. I did have West Ham because
Love that! Do you know how much I would love to see West Ham go down? Unreal. Okay, no, carry on. You don't have them anymore.
I had West Ham based on the simple fact, although they won the Conference League last,
That's not a real cup, by the way. Anyway, continue.
they are playing European football.
I don't care.
Same competition as others.
Conference League does not count.
I don't know why I'm defending West Ham. I don't really entirely care for them. But, yeah, they won the Conference League last year, fair enough, but we all know they had a poor league campaign. I think they ended up finishing 14th, which doesn't sound too bad on paper. For most of the season, they're quite dire. Let go of their best player, Declan Rice. The only reason I really had them in relegation was because they hadn't replaced him with anyone. They hadn't made any signings. But recently, they've been starting to be linked. I think they've agreed deals with McTominay today. They've agreed
James
deals with Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
I think they're signing Edson Alvarez as well. Mm-hmm. So they are starting to strengthen a little bit. I'm still nervous for them, but I think they'll have just enough to stay up. And
Just enough to stay up.
who I think will actually take 18th is Wolves.
Oh, exactly the same as me.
Oh, you've gone Wolves
I've
as
got
well?
Wolves, yeah. I was like, I've got a worrying feeling, so I really have a dislike for Wolves. It was my first away game and we lost 1-0. But yeah, so I think I'm also the bad luck, I'm the jinx, so that's another story. But last year I think they did a really good job like staying up. I know they got some decent results and they actually get some results against the bigger teams.
They do.
But where did they finish? 13th?
13th,
So
yeah,
just above
one,
West Ham.
yeah.
But they just sacked their manager. They've got Gary O'Neill? Literally today.
Did a good job at Bournemouth, to be fair, but that screams a bit of an urgency, like last minute appointment, don't you think?
I mean, sacking your manager the same week that the Premier League starts, so it's never going to end well.
Yeah.
But I also think that they haven't replaced the talent that they've lost. Like
Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves gone. He's an unreal player. I've always been jealous of him, and I think
top player,
that they're really going to miss because like his little pockets of quality used to be able to absolutely change up a game.
Yeah.
So his loss, and I mean Wolves don't spend.
Yeah.
They're working on like a proper shoestring budget.
Yeah.
So I do have them in my relegation predictions.
That is funny though. We've gone exactly the same. And by the way, guys, we did not speak about this at all. So this is just complete coincidence. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you on Wolves. I think there's a reason Lopetegui left. There's obviously something going badly wrong at that club. He's a top class manager. No disrespect to Gary O'Neill, but I just don't think he has a squad to work with. Selling Ruben Neves, not finding a strong replacement for him is not going to end well. I think Cunha, they have signed Cunha for 50 million euros, I think.
50?
Yeah. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but he might feature later in the video for one of my predictions. But I think he scored 2 league goals last year. So even though he's a big signing, he doesn't really excite me that much either. So yeah, I have them. It's just something stinks around that club.
Yeah, that's something I've got a worrying feeling about Wolverhampton. So, oof. Oh wow, yeah, we have the same relegation predictions.
Yeah. Do you want to perhaps move it on to where things get interesting? The top 6.
The top 6. So, are we starting with 6th?
I think we should start with 6th place and work our way up from there. So, Davina, do you want to go first? Who have you got in 6th?
As much as it pains me to say, I've got the team that I hate second most in the world, Chelsea, to finish 6th. I mean, obvious reasons that I hate Chelsea. You took my favourite ever manager, ever. And Chelsea fans give me a lot of hate on Twitter, so give it a rest. I think that they have got a good manager, and they will be back. I mean, finishing 12th last season, Chelsea go through that thing, right? They'll have a really, really, really bad season and then like bounce back and then.
Yeah.
Back then they'll win the league, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting them to win the league, but I've got them to finish in the top 6, back with European football. I mean, again, only having 1 week, one game a week to play is a massive boost. But yeah, I think they're going to finish 6th for me.
Honestly, this is funny. I've got Chelsea in 6 as well.
Yeah.
Just because I think I do rate Poch as a manager. I think he's going to bring
no English trophies though, by the way, so that still makes him a fraud.
This is hilarious coming from you, considering how much you still love the guy.
But didn't win a Champions League final.
Yeah, I think Poch, he'll bring stability to the dressing room. He's a top coach. He's worked with. I think that Tottenham team was fairly young.
We wasted our golden generation on Maurizio Pochettino, and he didn't win anything. Hold that.
I think he'll bring stability.
Carry on.
I think he'll bring calmness to the dressing room. I think he's probably best placed to get. It's a hodgepodge of players, right? I mean, they've signed so many players in the last year. Not gonna have time to gel. To be fair to them, they've trimmed the squad quite a bit this season.
Aspilicueta's gone, Mount's gone,
Havertz,
Kante,
Mendy, Koulibaly. So they let go of a lot of players. They've got some quality players in there. They've got, I think Enzo Fernandez is a class player. I was really excited to see Nkunku actually. Unfortunately, obviously he's out for the first couple months of the season. Jackson's looked really good in pre-season. Yeah. I think they're still looking to bring in a few players as well. They're obviously strongly linked with Caicedo. So I think they'll 100% perform better than they did last season. But I just think that the other teams that I have above them are just stronger, either because they just had more time to gel as a team, or I just think that they're just stronger on paper. So, although I do have them Chelsea finishing above Villa, Spurs, Brighton, Brentford, who are top quality sides, I just think it's one season too early for Chelsea to be challenging for top 4 just yet.
Interesting that you say that Chelsea are going to finish above Villa, because I've got Villa as finishing 5th.
Interesting.
I also think that Villa are going to win the Conference League.
That is...
It's my early take, but I think Villa are going to win the Conference League.
You know what, actually,
I'm a big fan of them.
Rogue. Unai Emery.
I'm a big fan of how they play.
Yeah.
I think they've also shown real ambition in the transfer market. They got, Pau Torres, Moussa Diaby, they got Tielemans from Leicester.
Yeah.
I think they've made the right signings to strengthen the squad where they had weaknesses.
And returning, they got Diego Carlos, who we forget about him, right? He was there for Also, clarify. I had Villa down in 7th, but Diego Carlos, quality defender. And honestly, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending. I love Gerrard. I'm not apologising for what he did with Villa, but Diego Carlos was meant to be the centrepiece of his defence. Obviously, got rid of Tyrone Mings, stripped him of the captaincy, and then Carlos got a season-ending injury. So obviously that did. Not defending him, but I think that did have an impact on his Villa reign. Just putting that out there. I don't want to.
That's why he's managing in Saudi right now. But yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm not saying he stopped. He went unbeaten with Rangers. So I think he's a.
I'm not going to hate on the Scottish League. Got nice proven manager for Tottenham Hotspur from the Scottish League. So there's no need there.
But sorry, going on a tangent. But you had Villa in
5th, literally have in 5th.
And Newcastle in 5th.
Okay. Interesting.
I'll tell you why. I think top side, I think they surprised everyone last year by finishing top 4. I think everyone thought that would be too early for them. But I do think Champions League football is going to catch up with them this season. I think they have. I like what they're doing, to be honest. They're not gone down the Chelsea route of just splashing cash and just signing God knows who every day. They've done it incrementally, right? They've signed Tonali,
Livramento,
Harvey Barnes.
I like you, Harvey Barnes. Should come to Tottenham.
It's a mix of all 3 of those. So Tonali's obviously a top player.
Never smiles in any of the Newcastle contracts.
Yeah, he does look quite depressed, doesn't he?
Said that the gym was smaller than the one he had at.
Yeah. But I think, don't get me wrong, I think they've done well, but I just think that coping with Champions League football, I think it will catch up to them, because even though they have been making these signings, their squad still isn't that deep in places. I still think they need a right centre-back. Right now it's Shaw and Botman, right?
Yeah.
think they're both good defenders, and it's a good defensive unit. One injury there. Who's in? Lascelles?
Oh yeah. No,
Sorry, Lascelles not a Champions League quality defender,
no.
and obviously that's going to have an impact on their Premier League season as well. More games we play, more chance of injury. So I have them in 5th for that season, but I would not be surprised if they did make top 4 again, like they surprised us last season.
I have hatred for Newcastle because you beat us 6-1, and I was there. Don't like you. But no, you played some good football. I actually had them predicted to finish 7th.
7th?
And that's because, like you said about the squad depth, like you're in 4 competitions, that's definitely going to impact you. As much as you think that it won't, but playing on like Tuesday, Wednesday, and playing at the weekend, week in, week out, especially at the beginning of the season where you have all those group stage games to play, that does impact the way that you do perform at the weekend, especially if your squad isn't as deep as you would hope it to be. And like you said, one injury, defence is out. So yeah, that's why I got them to finish 7th.
7th is quite low. I was like,
It's the Conference League.
yeah, but I don't think they're aiming for that, are they?
Nah, they're a big boy club now.
7th. So where do you have your beloved Spurs then?
8th.
8th. To be fair, I had Spurs in 8th as well. Is that okay? Is that with Harry Kane staying?
Yeah.
So if Harry Kane leaves,
listen,
where is Tottenham finishing?
Don't even
there?
start with Harry Kane
We need to
staying
clip this. Where is Spurs finishing if Harry Kane leaves?
Listen, last season, Harry Kane scored 30 goals, and we still finished 8th.
But you have strengthened elsewhere.
Have we? We got Maddison. Love Maddison. Unreal signing. But I'm not convinced by. I mean, okay, we've got finally a decent centre back. Mickey Van der Ven. Yeah.
Took him off. I would have taken him. Well, I would have taken anyone with legs to be honest.
We got him. We got Romero. That is a Rolls Royce centre back pairing. Confident there. I'm just not convinced of our goalkeeper.
Apparently.
Why didn't we just pay up and buy Raya? Like, why have we done that?
I think you're giving him too
Why
much
are we
hate.
moving like a broke club?
I've heard he's been one of the best goalies in Serie A.
Yeah,
in the last couple of seasons.
Put my hands up. I don't know who you were.
Okay,
Before we were linked
nor
to
did
you.
I till she DM'd me saying yeah.
We signed Vicario.
I was like, because I messaged her, I was like, why are you not all over this Raya deal? And she goes,
And I literally replied publicly on Twitter. I was like, yeah, we signed a goalkeeper. And he was like, oh, who is he going to start? And I'm like, yeah, he starts.
But I did my research afterwards, and he is highly rated in Italy. So I don't know. How's he done in pre-season?
Not good. I went to Barcelona and I watched you concede 4 goals.
Not great. Is
I
it?
flew to Barcelona to watch Spurs in the pre-season, and we lost 4-2. And we conceded twice in the last like 10 minutes.
I did see that because I was like, oh, Davina's out, but let me have a look.
I thought I'd finally see us win a trophy. The Jean Gamper.
Also, who is it? Someone scored a brace.
Oliver Skip.
Yeah,
One of our
where did that
own.
come from?
Unreal talent.
Crazy. Anyway, but I think, yeah, digress. Happy to see that we both have Spurs in 8th. Yeah, God,
See, I
God
am
forbid Harry Kane leave. I don't know where you're going.
No.
You could be in there with Wolves and West Ham.
Listen, what's that German journalist's name? Florian Plettenberg.
Oh, you
whatever the
hate
name
him. You're
is.
always beefing with him.
You know, there's a one Twitter account, and he tweets every single day edits of his like Plettenberg's forehead, and he's like every single day, like all the Spurs fans are now like becoming graphic designers. I'm editing him like everywhere because all of Spurs Twitter absolutely hates him because he turned up at our press conference before one of the games in our pre-season with a Bayern shirt with Kane 9 on the back. Weird behaviour.
Isn't he a journalist?
Yeah, he's a journalist for
odd.
Sky Germany. And he turns up to a press conference with a Kane 9 on the back. Like, that's restraining order behaviour. Leave our players, keep our players' name out of your mouth. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can bid away, but Daniel Levy's not looking at his phone right now. He's on holiday in Miami. So, Bayern looks like going to be without Harry Kane for a season.
I think you'll be. Although, I can't lie to you, if they're offering near 100 mil and he's in the last year of his contract, why are you not letting him go?
They're not bidding 100 mil.
Hear me out. If you think you're going to finish 8th with Harry Kane, Why not just bite the bullet, sell him now, get 100 million, rebuild next summer?
Without Harry Kane's goals last season, we would have finished on the same points as Everton.
Yeah, but what's the difference between 8th and okay? I had Everton down to 17. What's the difference? You're getting 100 mil.
Who says that we're going to spend that 100 mil properly?
That's true. I do remember your fateful window after you sold Gareth Bale.
Oh yeah.
Who's in that?
Lamella, Soldado.
Paulinho.
Oh yeah. Who else was in
Chadley.
there? Chadley was in there. I think Ericsson was in there.
Yeah, he was probably the only good one, wasn't he?
No, not Lamella.
Bentaleb?
Lamella was club. No,
Was
Bentaleb was one of our own, came through our academy.
Oh.
But no, Lamella. Come on, respect him.
Yeah, I remember your little Lamella obsession.
Fangirl
Never
moments.
quite understood it.
Because he cares about the match, and he scores for a bonus. But no, who says that we're going to spend that 100 mil properly?
I know, but like he's obviously gonna. Surely he leaves next summer now.
Yes, but
What is he actually saying? I understand the goal record, but if he's going to leave next summer anyway, you might as well get a few seasons behind, get those trophies, get that monkey off your back, and then come back to the Premier League. Because he's not a striker that
winning the
relies on
Bundesliga does not stop the Harry Kane hate.
I think
Winning an FA Cup is bigger than winning the Bundesliga.
Yeah, but I can't see you winning an FA Cup.
What do you mean?
When do you think you're going to win the FA Cup?
This season, because Ange Postecoglou is cooking. The way that he,
I really can't deal with this division. When's the last
I
time
am
trophy was it?
convinced.
Oh, 2008
Carling Cup against Chelsea. Jonathan Woodgate, you're my childhood hero. But yeah, you know what? I have faith. Ange Postecoglou is that guy who's going to win us that trophy. Something that Maurizio Pochettino couldn't do. However many times.
So something that Antonio Conte,
Jose
Mourinho,
okay.
Mauricio Pochettino, and you think Ange is going to turn up and win a trophy? You're too far gone.
No. The problem is the fact that our board don't spend money. But no, Antonio Conte is a whole different story. I celebrated when he got the sack because you don't add dirty laundry to the press. Fair
enough. I did agree with that one. To be fair, it just wasn't a right culturally. I don't think it was a match between you guys. I do rate Ange, to be fair, and I think that it could work, but
he's the kind of guy I want to have a pint with.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him on the pod.
Postecoglou. I don't have connections like that. Don't have connections like that, but yeah.
So where have we got to? So
we did 5th, we did 6th, then we just went on a tangent about Tottenham.
Yes.
Standard.
So, I might have to go on a tangent about my team now because I have Liverpool in 4th.
Ooh, okay. I had them in 3rd.
Okay, so you want to go first?
Yeah.
Actually, you go first.
Yeah, I put them in 3rd.
So you might as well tell me who you had in 4th.
United.
Then. And I had United in 3rd.
Yeah. So okay.
Okay, let's go. So why do you think United are going to finish? Sorry, why do you think if we're going to finish off United? And I can't believe I'm arguing why United are going to finish above.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That's
See, when people call me a deluded Liverpool fan, just remember, clip this.
Yeah.
I'm very reasoned. I have my.
I'm not moved by Manchester United. I think, obviously, like Ten Hag, again, people say he's cooking as well, but he did win United's first trophy since 2017, yeah? And, they've made some decent signings. They got Onana, even though, did you see that howler that he had?
I did.
They
were so gassed. Oh my god, our keeper stands up to the halfway line. Next thing I just see him scrambling into his goal.
Didn't Lens score that goal?
Yeah. And that was hilarious.
That was so funny. That was all over my timeline. I was cracking up. And then they got Mount.
Yes.
That was a rogue one. I didn't expect Mount to go to United.
I still don't get that whole Mount saga. I really don't. Like, I could have understand if he'd left if Potter was still there and the club was still a bit, but like Potter's brought a little bit of stability back to Chelsea.
Yeah.
I don't know why Mount. It might just be that he genuinely was just a money grabber.
Don't you think Mount and Poch kind of would have worked then?
Yeah, I think he seems a very Poch player because his work rate is top.
Yeah, I did rate Mount actually.
He could have been that. I know they're not exactly the same type of profile, but kind of like a little bit like Dele Alli with a bit more work rate.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand. And their striker that they signed,
Rasmus Højlund. Yeah.
Well, they got jealous of Man City and Haaland, so got as close as they could. But I don't know how that.
So why do you have them? Why do you have Liverpool above United?
Because
So you're not moved by
I
the
think
United
Liverpool
signings.
are a stronger side than United.
Okay.
And obviously you lost Henderson. We haven't got Fabinho, but McAllister.
Yeah.
Our rate.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai. Did I say that right?
Szoboszlai. Yeah.
Rate him as well. Who else are you linked with?
So those two are in. I think Lavia will get done the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Even though we're playing a
From
stupid game with that. Yeah, that'll be from Southampton. They left him out of the cup game lot yesterday.
Southampton, you know, for a championship club, they're trying to extort some good
Just
money.
hate it though, man. We got Fabinho for 40. We basically broken even on Fabinho despite absolutely running his legs into the ground over the last however many years.
Yeah.
We got FIFA Henderson in the last year of his contract. Just pay the 50 mil for Lavia because he's the absolute minimum that we need. But let me carry on before I go on my own.
Yeah.
Before I go on my own tangent. But yeah, you were saying so you think Liverpool just a stronger team?
I really like the firepower that you have. You got Salah, you got Gakpo, you got Diaz, you got Jota, you got Nunez. Like that's unreal. I do like the way that you guys play, and I think your squad on paper and in terms of like chemistry, the link-up play, your defence also, your goalkeeper, like all of that. If you look at it side by side, you are a stronger team than United. That's why I think you finished third and United finished fourth.
Okay, so
Now you've got to argue why United are better than Liverpool. Hang your head in shame.
Alright. I don't really think this through.
You didn't.
Okay, the reason why I have us in fourth is because I don't think we still have one of the best attacks in the league. Like
Yeah.
Salah will go down as the best right wing in Premier League history.
Whoa. Okay, that's a take and a half, but okay.
Give me a
No,
better right wing.
I think this is a whole nother episode if we're going to do hot takes like this. But
It's not a hot take. It's not a hot take.
Best right winger.
Give me another name.
I'm going to get triggered. No, carry on.
So yeah, Salah, don't need to say anything there. We've got Nunez and Gakpo. You can play it. That's right. Also, Gakpo's so underrated. Top player.
I rate Gakpo
Top
so
player.
highly. Which is why I include. That's what I'm saying. Your squad is stronger than Manchester United.
Hear me out. Okay, Diaz as well. Jota.
Nunez.
Attack. Yeah, Nunez. Top attack. Midfield. So we're playing this new. I know the tacticos love it. The 3-2-2-3. So on paper our starting 11 is top. Like Alisson, Konate, Van Dijk, Robbo. If we get Lavia in, so Lavia, Trent, Szoboszlai, McAllister, and you've got Thiago, Jones. Issue is, right, left centre-back, Robertson, he is not... The reason Robertson has been so effective the last few years is because he can bomb up and down.
Yeah, he's not
in this new
defensive,
system, he's not going to... He's good defensively, but there are better players to play that left centre-back role in the back three. That's it. Gets injured, who comes in? Shimikas, who's probably even worse defensively than Robertson. I do rate Shimikas going forward. That's my first issue. So I think we're going to kind of throw it back to like 13, 14, where we're just going to have to outscore teams. I just do not trust us defensively. Then secondly, in the midfield, firstly, we haven't even signed Lavia yet. So we have one recognised six. Okay, that six is Bajcetic, who's just coming back from injury. You cannot be going into a season with I don't know how old he is. I think he's about 19, with a 19-year. Lavia's only 19 as well. You cannot be going into a season and expecting to challenge for a league with...
No one's expecting to challenge for the league.
Yeah, but like this is why I'm putting us. I just think that we're weak at left centre back, and we're a couple of injuries away from having to field a very inexperienced and possibly players out of position. Like in our last pre-season friendly in midfield, Jones had to play at 6, and he's more than capable of doing it. But it's just not something you should be relying on. Like going from a tried and tested DM from Fabinho to like trying experimenting with all of these players. So I just think that we're just going to be a little bit soft. I think we're going to score a lot of goals, but I think we're also going to concede a lot. The reason why I have United above is because I think United have addressed the gaps that needed to be addressed for them. They've gone and De Gea, United fans, absolutely hound. Also, I must say, United fans have been disrespectful for De Gea. Like, De Gea was...
Oh, I think he's quality. Come to Tottenham. We'll take you.
No, okay, no.
We'll take you.
No, okay. Not anymore. Not anymore. Like, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, in his past performances, De Gea was arguably the best keeper in the world at one point.
Oh, yeah.
United fans seem to have amnesia and completely forgotten about
Was
that.
De Gea the goalkeeper that like Madrid wanted and the fax machine broke?
Yeah. So I think that they've upgraded with Onana. Onana, look, United fans do I've seen United fans, Mark Goldbridge, I'm talking about you, trying to compare Onana to Alisson. Let's just not have that debate. But he is a 100% upgrade on Onana, on De Gea, sorry, and he can play out the back. So it's good signing there. I think Mount is, I mean, we were in for him at one point. Good player, works hard off the ball, like quite versatile, good signing there. Not sure about this Højlund. I mean, I looked at his stats, I think he scored like 9 league goals last season.
Where did he come from? Like,
Atalanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think they needed to sign a striker, and he's definitely an upgrade on Wild Weghorst. So
yeah, where's he? He's gone on loan somewhere.
Back. No, he was on loan. He's gone back to Burnley.
Yeah, but
so
didn't Burnley loan him out?
I thought they've not kept him back.
Yeah, where producer? Do you know where Burnley have loaned Weghorst out to? Yeah, but they did. I saw it literally like last 48 hours.
Okay, fine. Well,
half an hour.
Yeah.
Half an hour. There you go.
There we go.
So yeah, I think Højlund, like I don't know what he's going to be like, but United still seem to score enough. They've got, even if he takes a while to get going, they've still got enough goals elsewhere just about to cope. I mean, Rashford, if he continues his form from last season, will be scoring a lot of goals. Bruno's there as well.
Don't forget Jadon Sancho.
Yeah. To be fair, I rate Sancho.
I do rate Sancho.
I think he's a class player. I just think I'm not really sure what's going on there.
I don't know what's going on.
Should have come to Liverpool. He would have been perfect.
Honestly, yes. I just think
Klopp
the club and the player is not a right fit. But,
agreed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think they've addressed the gaps that they needed to. They're a little bit more stable. So yeah, but saying that, if Liverpool were to finish third above United, again, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, it's not a big difference. Like third and fourth.
I think they'll marginally pip us. But saying that if we keep all our players fit, then I think we'll finish above them.
Just beat them 7-0 again.
Yeah, I would love that.
Just beat them 7-0 again.
They're never going to forget about that.
Honestly,
anytime any United fan pops up to me.
7-0.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I said? I was like, if Arsenal battered us 7-0, how would I show my face in public?
Yeah.
I don't know how I would. I don't think I could ever recover from
The worst thing is they tried to defend it. They literally tried to defend it. They were like, they're like, it's not that deep. It's just like we switched off. You don't switch off when you concede 6 goals in the second half. Yeah.
I literally watched that game at home, and I was like crying laughing at my TV because they needed to be humbled. Didn't they like 3-week title challenge? Like, what was that about?
Yeah. No, they are doing. You know what? I'm actually.
Yeah, you should. I can't
what's
believe you've
going on
done that.
here? You know what?
It's a disgrace.
You know what? Last second amendment. I'm going Liverpool third and United fourth.
Yeah, you can't be voting a club like that. You cannot be doing that.
That has been done now.
Yeah. Okay.
So juicy time.
First and second.
So
this is gonna hurt, but not as much. Yeah. Okay.
Don't tell me you got Arsenal to win the league.
No, I've definitely not got Arsenal to win the league. I've put my second club, Manchester City, to win the league. The sixth title in 7 seasons. You got this. I mean, I love Manchester City because they didn't let me see, as an adult, Arsenal win the Premier League trophy. Because one of my best mates, he's an Arsenal fan, and he told me, he was like, you watch, when Arsenal win the league, I'm just going to parade around an Arsenal shirt. I'm never going to I just can't stand Arsenal fans. They're the most deluded. They're the most deluded fans ever. I want to go a bit of a rant. At my gym, in the last year, I've seen more Arsenal fans proudly wearing their shirts than I have seen in my entire life. Why are they popping out of the woodwork now? At least I firm wearing my Spurs shirts when we're really bad. Yeah, all of a sudden they have nice kids.
Yeah, they do have nice kids.
But all of a sudden they're like, yeah, Arsenal this, Arsenal that. Humble yourselves, because you know what? When the pressure got to you, you cracked. And yeah, I mean, all of that to finish second. Got the gold stripes on your kit. That looks good now, doesn't it? Well, we got it for the Invincibles. No, you didn't.
I've also got Arsenal in second, obviously City first. Reason I have them there is, I just think City are just too good. I think Arsenal are going to be better than they were last season. They've got Declan Rice, quality player. Timber, quality. Havertz.
We'll talk about Declan Rice in a little bit, but Havertz.
Yeah.
Chelsea did one over on you there.
The thing is, I actually rate Arteta as a manager, but
What was
I
that?
just don't.
Why have they got Havertz?
I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, to be fair, like he was very, very good at Bayern Leverkusen, but like, what is he seeing? Because
he won Chelsea Champions League.
I mean, Fernando Torres also scored a goal. I wouldn't call him a good
Doesn't
player for
matter.
Chelsea. Like, it's one goal.
Doesn't matter.
Nah.
We didn't do the Champions League.
Nah, I don't, still, I'm sure Arteta has some plan. I don't quite understand the Havertz signing. The only thing I can think is, he is someone who can play, not well, in my opinion, but in a lot of different positions. He can play up top, he can play as a 10.
He's going to have to play
He can
up
play
top.
at 8.
Striker's
I mean,
injured.
yeah. But you saw him, I didn't think he was that great in the Community Shield, to be honest. He's very good off the ball, he presses well, but I don't know, I'm not sold on him. But the other lot, Rice, Timber, Raya's back up now, apparently on a loan signing. I'm pretty to let us know before.
Brentford.
Yeah.
You made an enemy out of Tottenham Hotspur. Why didn't you just accept our bid? Why couldn't you give us Raya on loan? Oh, do you know why? It's because they need to replace Ramsdale because Ramsdale's a fraud.
Hologram still.
Yeah, he's not real. Oh, I want to make really cool saves so I look cool on Sky Sports.
I don't think he's a fraud, but I think
He's
he can
not
be
good.
upgraded.
He's not good. And then I was watching the Community Shield over the weekend and he saved a pen and I was like, oh, all the Ramsdale fanboys are going to be at it on Twitter. And I literally tweeted as soon as he did that, I was like, Ramsdale's not good, by the way. He's still not good.
It'll be. I think it's a good signing from them, Raya. I mean, loan again. There's no. If he takes Ramsdale's place, they'll sign him permanently. If not, it'll be back at Brentford at the end of the season anyway. But yeah, I just think City too good, aren't they?
City, love you. Yeah, that's. I listen, I have to support a team which gives me some joy.
I hate City, by the way. Just putting that out there. I don't know
No,
what
I
this
love
whole
them.
second team obsession
I
is.
love them.
They've literally been the bane of my existence for the last God knows how long.
See, I don't get affected by them because we always beat them.
Fair. Yeah, you do have a very good record against City.
Like, it's so funny that Manchester City can win the treble, but you lose to little old Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, you are the bogey team, so I can understand why. But yeah, I hate them, but City top. I mean, they've got Kovacic in for Gundogan. Obviously not that similar. I mean, Kovacic got less of a goal threat, but he's still
But you know,
experienced quality
one
player.
transfer which has thrown me, they're linked with Paqueta,
Lucas Paqueta, yeah.
and it was like nearly 80 mil.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's so wow about him that he's worth 80 mil? I know people, then I put it on Twitter and the West Ham fans were like, he's worth that much to us. Is he though?
Yeah, I was looking at how much they signed. They signed him for 40 mil euros.
But is he even that influential for West Ham?
I think he wasn't great at first. He got better, but stylistically, he's not a Moyes player. But I think he could thrive.
I think it's Brazilian tax. I think he gets that price tag because he's Brazilian.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is massively overpriced. But I can see Pep must have a plan, right? When does Pep doesn't get many signings from unless it's fullbacks. It's got so many
I like
fullbacks.
Pep because you know what? My theory is he just has to win absolutely everything at Manchester City because then for him to cement GOAT status, come and manage Tottenham. Win us the trophy. Pep to Tottenham is, you know what? It's like butterfly effect. It's gonna happen one day.
I think even he wouldn't win you a trophy.
No, come on. Don't disrespect Pep like that. Of course he can win us a trophy. It's like how I say, like Messi, go complete football,
And then come to Spurs.
and then come to
Oh
Tottenham.
my god. Honestly, I'm happy you have this like.
I have to have
these,
dreams.
like, firm beliefs.
I
Yeah.
have to have dreams, and they're also like miracles, because at this point, it's really sad that I've only watched us win one trophy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
One trophy in my entire life.
I had a similar-ish, but that was only for like the first 6 years, not for the entirety of my
Yeah,
time
relax.
as point.
Relax. No one knows pain much, but it's fine. It's no pain.
But yeah, I think we both got the same. Then City top, Arsenal second. Yeah, Arsenal strength in. Still don't think it's enough to catch City. Who else have they got? Guardiola.
Yeah.
And I think City could go ahead and even do, I dare I say,
Quadruple.
back to back in the Champions League as well. I always said once City won that first Champions League, it's bad news because once they got that taste of it.
But I want to see the Grealish reactions again.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
okay.
I think that covers our predictions across
Like
the
placing.
table. Yeah, placing. I think now we wanted to go for our surprise package team and underperforming team.
Yes. So
Do you want to go surprise? Let's start with surprise package.
surprise package. It's not a massive surprise. I think Burnley.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people thought that the teams that got promoted would be the ones to go straight back down. But I watched the championship last year for them, and I think they played some very good football. They've got, what's that guy's name from City? James Trafford, goalkeeper?
Yeah.
They signed
So like
him.
20 mil, something like that.
Yeah, and I think the company has got something in the motion, and the fact that they won't go back down
Is an
is
achievement
an achievement in
yeah.
itself. Like in this current day and age, and like think about the perception that we used to have of Burnley in the Premier League,
Yeah.
and now people are like, ooh, they could upset Man City opening game. Like, I'm excited to see what they do, and that's why I think that as long as they don't get relegated, that's not overachievement, but they'd be my overperforming team.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, I had them in 15th. Honestly, I had them much higher before, but then I was like, maybe I'm getting a bit carried away with myself. But yeah, I think they will do well. I don't think they'll go back down either. I do rate Vincent Kompany as a manager, but my surprise team, I had Bournemouth, and I had them to finish 11th. Don't know whether that's a hot take, but
I see that's not hot. See, that is like, I don't think that's a hot take, because I would have them to finish like 13th. I don't think there's a massive difference if you come to the end of the league, end of the season, like difference between finishing like 11th to 14th.
But I think they'll comfortably finish there, and I think they'll
Do you
play,
think?
and I think they'll play attractive football while doing it. I just think that what I'm basing this on is I think, look, when someone like Gary O'Neill's done that good a job for you and you still get rid of him, the man taking his place must be a good manager.
You're ambitious.
Yeah, and I've looked into him. Iraola, I actually remember him as a player. He's played for Bilbao. He has a nice style of football. I think they'll be one of the hardest working teams in the league as well. Like, they press heavy when they're out of possession, and they've got a few signings to back it up as well. So, I mean, they signed Traore, Justin Kluivert, Patrick Kluivert's son, Radu from Inter Milan. So they're strengthening, and I just think that manager is just going to have a massive impact. And considering where they finished last season, it's like they've got a good foundation to work off of as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I think they're going to be my surprise package for the season.
Interesting. But I've also got a surprising, underwhelming, disappointment. I don't know if it's surprising. Underperforming. I've got Everton.
Okay.
And I think they'll be fighting relegation again.
See, I also have them fighting relegation, but I didn't count it as underperforming because
I think it is underperforming because a club of Everton's stature, and they've got some decent players in their team, they should not be anywhere near the relegation zone. They should be minimum comfortably finishing mid-table. And do you know what it is? They need to get a proper striker, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin is always injured.
Yeah.
He's always injured. I don't remember like the last time he played 4 games in a row and he didn't have an injury. And he's a class player. I do think that injury-free he'd be like a very good striker, but get their act together. Aren't they owned by a investment fund as well? Let's spend some money
Oh, I don't think you want to tell them to spend it. They do not know how to spend.
They do not know how to spend their money.
They're probably the only team that's spent worse than probably Chelsea out of the Premier League team the last 5 in Everton.
Yeah.
So bad. I remember that time, the period where they signed like 3 number 10s who all turned out to be quite dross. Like, it was like Sigurdsson and I think Davy Klaassen and all of these type of players. They just, honestly, I love to see them suffer because I hate them.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, honestly, sometimes I just feel bad for them. But you had them as you on. Where do you see them finishing then?
16th.
Fair. Yeah, I think
literally just above the relegation zone.
I had as my underperforming team, so I had a couple names here. So I've touched on both of them earlier in the podcast. I'll pick one of them. I'm gonna go Wolves just because, considering where you would have seen them tailored last season, you would have gone optimistic. They've got quality manager. last half of last season they were class. They could have spent money. They still had players like Ruben Neves at the club. Now look at them; they're in dire straits. I had them, like I said earlier, to get relegated. Did also have West Ham as underperforming as well, but I think just the fact that Wolves could potentially go down, in my opinion, I think that they picked West Ham as my underperforming team. They did finish third. I think you said 13th last season as well, so that's quite a big drop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair. I think I didn't even think about it because I'd also put Wolves to get relegated, so that's a massive underperformer. But the reason why I say that's not because we've seen now and we put them to be relegated based on what we know that why we sacked your manager 5 days before the Prem starts, like the state of the club before the Premier League.
Yeah.
We're expecting them to get relegated.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Shall we move on to one to watch underperformer players?
Yeah, so I can start on this one.
Go for it.
So my one to watch player is Eze from Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we like him.
I like him a lot. Every time I've seen that guy play, he excites me. Like, goes at players. 10 league goals last season as well. Like, that's a decent amount. And I think this season with Zaha gone for Palace as well, he really has the opportunity to become...
Where does Zaha go? Galatasaray?
Yes. Yeah. He has the opportunity to really be like that talisman, same way Zaha was for Palace. I think Elise's out for the first few months of the season as well, so even more so he's going to be the main man. Got him in my fantasy football team as well.
We came to the discovery that we named our fantasy football teams exactly the same name.
And we made it on the same day. We had no idea. We're in the same league. So she made a Spurs or like a Davina runs. Was it Davina
_THFC runs Poise Twitter.
So I joined her league. She joined my Northwest London league. Both of us, joined with the same name. On this
Do you know what great minds think alike?
Yeah.
That's what it proves.
Yeah.
But my player to watch, we did that right? Yeah.
One to watch. Yeah.
Destiny Udogie.
He's the Spurs defender, left back.
Yeah. Unreal. He's my differential in FPL as well. Nice 4.5, cheap buy.
Is he going to be first choice for you guys?
I think so, because he's better than all the other left backs that we have.
Who is it?
Reguilon.
And that's it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's he's going to cook. He's unreal. I watched him play pre-season and he was like this far away from me and I was like, whoa, you got some skill on you, against Shakhtar at the weekend. And I've missed having a competent left back.
The thing is with you Spurs fans, I feel like you
what
bring
in... What do you mean are Spurs fans?
You bring in a fullback every season, whether it's right side, left side, you're like, this is God's gift to earth, and then you end up shipping them off or saying they're crap.
Like
every
who?
single time.
Like who?
Doherty.
Yeah, no, we are. Interesting about Doherty.
Who's the one you call Bambi on Ice? Your other right back?
The right back?
The one you absolutely...
Emerson.
Abused, Emerson.
No, I don't abuse him anymore.
No, Arsenal were in for him. I remember Arsenal were in for him. You guys would be like, oh, we've beaten Arsenal to it. He's quality. Absolutely hate him now. Reguilon was meant to be like top left back. Hate him now. Where's all the gas for Pedro Porro gone?
Oh,
I was even seeing shouts of him being fragile as well. I was like,
Pedro Porro cannot defend.
The amount of fullbacks you guys cite is ridiculous, and they always turn out to be done.
We're really trying to replace our Danny Rose and Carl Walker, but it's just not happened for us. Okay.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Oh, they were so good. But Pedro Porro, very good. He cannot defend.
Oh, here we go. He's already started, hasn't it? When did you sign him?
January.
Wasn't that a loan? So didn't it only become official this summer?
Because that's
so he hasn't even technically played a competitive game as a permanent player, and you've already turned on him.
I've not turned on him.
You can't defend.
He's got a shot on him, and he can go forward, and he's great. That maybe now that we've got some decent centre backs that don't include Dyer and Sanchez, we can actually.
Be right back in.
Don't say that. No, we signed
Who's it?
Ashley Phillips.
Who?
He's an 18-year-old. He's a creative defender, so he can fill in.
Yeah, he sounds exactly the man.
He's exactly what we need. Because Eric Dyer doesn't know how to play football, and neither.
You know he'll be starting first game of the season, right?
Eric Dyer? No, he won't. No, he won't. He will not.
Every single manager he plays for, he does some juju on them, and he ends up in the starting 11,
I
just by
just
every
can't watch.
fantasy game.
You know what? I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Like, he's Tottenham through and through. I remember his debut. He scored against West Ham, and we were like, he's the next best thing. But he is not a centre back. He is CDM. So what made him come back and be a centre back? I don't know. But whoever told him that has blood on his hands. Because why has he been our starting centre back for that long? No, I'm not. Anyway, yeah, Destiny Drake is
Go off on him, sorry.
is my one to watch. I think he really much fits into what Postecoglou is trying to do with Tottenham, and he can track back, he can defend, he's got little turns, and he's got the vision. He's always trying to pass forward, which is something that Postecoglou really wants to put into our team. There's like memes of him like screaming at them, "Don't pass the ball back! Don't pass the ball back!"
I've seen that on the training ground.
Yeah, love that. And yeah, that's why he's my one to watch. I think we might do an FPL episode, but he's also a very good differential because I think I saw a stat, less than 10% of people who are playing FPL have him in their team.
Okay, that's good pick.
Should we go for underperforming player?
Yeah.
Alright, I feel like you've got something tasty.
Declan Rice.
Oh my god, okay.
I'm here for all of the Declan Rice
You've seen the
slander.
producer's face, he's shocked.
Because I don't think he's that good.
Oh, come on.
I don't think he's that good.
Oh, come on.
No.
Nah.
It's not just because he plays for West Ham. He played for West Ham and is now going to Arsenal.
It's not.
It's
Is it
definitely
got
not.
nothing to do with that?
It's definitely not to do with that. I just don't think. Okay, I understand. When I was like, oh, he's not a £100 million player. He's worth £100 million to West Ham. I think West Ham is his level. I think he is what he is, and he has like the aura and the presence and the impact that he has because that is his level. I think in a team like Arsenal, he does not do that well. He got hooked in the what's it called? Community Shield. He got hooked. Sorry, no.
I'm speechless.
I do not rate Declan Rice.
I'm a big Declan Rice fan. Would have loved him at Liverpool. I'm shocked. I'm gonna excuse you because I
think
tell there might be a little bit of Tottenham bias.
No, there's not.
Just a little bit.
There's not Tottenham bias. It's just I don't think he's like God's gift, and that's what everyone thinks he is. Like even when he plays for England, he's a squad player.
What are you talking about? He starts.
No, but I don't think he's like as impactful as people think he is.
Fine. So you
You
think
know, people are like, oh my gosh, Declan Rice, like cool, but why is there so much gas around him? I just don't think he's that good, and that's why he's my underwhelming or underperformer, because if he's got that much hype about him, I just don't think he lives up to that.
Fair. Okay.
That's why I've put him as my underperformer.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's shit. Like I'm not saying
so you're saying the
like,
amount of like praise he gets, you don't think he deserves that much. You don't think he's a crap player, but like
yeah. So I'd say he's like Declan Rice is overrated.
okay.
That's my statement.
Fine. All right. Fine. I don't agree with it, but we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, fine.
So I was torn on this one. Okay, I'm gonna go with the player that I came with just before the pod. I had one for quite a while, but it's not that interesting. I went Cunha. I mentioned him earlier in the podcast. I think just for the amount of money they spent on him, 2 league goals last season, I think they're going to go down. I think, but to be a bit more juicy, I'm going to go Højlund.
Oh yeah, I don't think it was juicy. I think that's.
They spent 75 million euros on him, so he's not cheap. So if he doesn't do well, I think that should be something to shout about. He's not some cheap striker they've got.
Listen,
but 9 league goals
I know a lot
last
about
season.
spending a lot on a striker the year before.
Ooh, Richie. Hate that. But
Richarlison.
just letting you guys know,
He's Brazilian.
I don't hate any player more than I hate Richarlison.
Whoa! Come on, Bruno Fernandes.
Second, Richarlison for. Actually, it's tough between
You
them.
must
They
hate Bruno
alternate.
Fernandes.
But they're the 2 players I hate the most in the world. But yeah, I'm going to go Højlund just based off his. I just don't think he's done enough to justify his 75 mil price tag. And yeah, 9 league goals. Just. Yeah, I just don't see what the hype is. I get United wanted a striker, but I just don't think he's going to hit the heights what they think he is. I think Rashford will outscore him.
Rashford will outscore him.
Yeah.
I really, really rate Rashford.
Yeah, I do, yeah. I don't rate. I think he's very good at what he does. He's not like a... I don't think he's a he doesn't do as much as some other wingers in terms of creative play and that kind of thing, but he's very good.
Good in front of goal.
Yeah.
Good finisher, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to go Hoyland for my under.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pick.
Yeah, for his price tag, I think. How many goals do you think he gets this season?
I'm going to go, all comps or league goals?
League goals.
I'm going to go, doesn't score more than 10 league goals.
I wouldn't even go double figures.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair. So it seems you agree somewhat.
I think it's hard to adapt to the Premier League, which is why Richie, I haven't given up on you.
Oh god.
You got this.
What did you adapt to the Premier League? You was at Everton for how many years?
But we don't even play him
And
in
Watford
position.
before that.
We don't play him in position. I got him on the back of my shirt for a reason.
I can't believe that.
I was so shameless. I was like, Charleston, Brazilian R9. That's my guy. I have so much faith in him. He's going to be unreal. I saw him score in the Champions League. I was, again, like, row 2. And I was like, into the pigeon celebration in front of me. This is it. We found our, like, impactful striker and then just didn't score again until...
Do you remember? Yeah. That's my favourite Richarlison goal, actually. What was it like? Scored to equalise, shirt off, loved it.
Yeah, I was so close to going to Anfield that weekend.
Oh, you would have loved it as well.
Strikes.
It was great, wasn't it?
It was train strikes.
Something happened a minute later, didn't it? Yeah.
Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura happened. I love Lucas Moura, but yeah. Okay, finally, the last thing we want to do in terms of predictions
is we thought might as well with the games coming up just rustle through the fixtures this season and just give our takes on where we think it's going to go. So the season obviously kicks off with Burnley at home to City. What do you think is going to happen there?
I think City easy win. I think City win 3-1.
3-1. I'm going 3-0 City.
Okay.
I think
clean sheet.
Yeah, clean sheet. Yeah. Arsenal at home to Forest.
You know what? Forest has run Arsenal over a couple of times.
God.
Forest is like, I don't know. I'm not going to be biased. I think 2-0 Arsenal.
I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal.
Okay. Cool.
Bournemouth at home to West Ham.
West Ham, get battered. Sorry. Bournemouth are going to win 2-1.
I'm going to go 2-0 Bournemouth because I have to stick with my overperforming team or one-to-watch team. And I just think West Ham, even though they're making some of these signings, they won't be processed in time. So
they're going to be
Bournemouth will take advantage. Yeah. Brighton at home to Luton.
Oh, that's going to be such a good game. I would love watching Brighton play football.
My best friend's a season ticket holder at Brighton, actually, so he'll be good for that.
Imagine watching that good free-flowing attacking football every week. Can't relate. Maybe this season. But I think Brighton are going to win. I think it's going to be like 4-1.
4-1.
You know what? I don't know why I don't like predicting clean sheets, but yeah, 4-1.
I'm going to go. You know what? I feel like I've predicted too many clean sheets now as well. So I'm going to go 3-1 Brighton.
Okay.
Everton at home to Fulham.
Boring 1-1.
I'll probably pin it out for a draw as well. I'm going to go 2-2. Sheffield at home to Palace.
Palace win 2-0.
I'm going to go 2-0 Palace as well.
Yeah.
Got you on that. United at home. Newcastle United at home to Villa.
Newcastle at home to Villa. Oh, that's a good game. I think high scoring 3-3.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Newcastle.
Okay.
Brentford at home to Spurs.
I'm not going. I'm really upset that I'm not going. I don't know. Is Kane gonna be there? Is Kane not gonna be there? I got to stay positive. 2-1 to Tottenham Hotspur, and Kane's gonna score both goals.
So I'm stuck on this one because I think you're in a bit of a weird state like right now. Like the fans are a bit uneasy about the club, but you do. When I say start the season well, I mean literally the first 3 games. Like hasn't it been like the last few seasons where you've been like top of the league after like 3 games?
Yeah.
Like even that season where Nuno got sacked.
Yeah,
Wasn't he top of the league?
We had 3 wins in a row.
Yeah.
We beat Manchester City.
Yeah.
Without Harry Kane.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Chelsea Liverpool probably the biggest game of the weekend. No bias.
No, it is. I'm very much looking forward to that. Do you play on Sunday?
Yeah, 4:30.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. I think you got them. I think 3-1 Liverpool.
I'm gonna go 2.
2-2.
Like I said, I think it's going to follow the
Nah.
pattern I gave earlier. I think we're going to score a
I want to see
couple. I think we're
Pochettino's
going
Chelsea
to
get
be
battered.
I can see why. So what are you? 3-1. Fair.
3-1.
I would love if that happened. I would love it, but I just don't see it happening. I think last 4 league games have ended in a draw, something like that now. So yeah, I'm just going to go another draw, but more of a high-scoring one this time.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, United at home to Wolves.
Again, Wolves are a team which have done United quite a few times over in the past, but don't think they got it in them this time. I think United are going to, I'd say 1-0.
I'm going to go 2-0.
Yeah.
2-0.
Oh, do you know what we did forget to predict?
What?
Golden Boot winner.
Oh.
There's only one man.
Yeah. So I was like, there's no point even including it, right? Like.
Wait, who are you going to say? You're going to say Ireland?
No, Nunes.
Oh,
I don't know why everyone's laughing.
God, no. I mean, Haaland's not in the combo for me. I mean, like, obviously I'm going to choose the best striker in the Premier League, Harold Edward Kane.
I mean, yeah, it might get the golden boot of Bayern, to be fair.
Well, you're going to have an argument after this because he's not going to Bayern Munich. He's not going to Bayern Munich because Harry's message to you, you know how you get so much hate from the English press? Winning a Bundesliga is not going to fix that. Winning an FA Cup with Ange Postecoglou with your boyhood club is going to fix that. So that's why you're going to stay. When we're like top 4 in January, you're going to sign a new contract. You know, you don't want to move to Germany. You want to stay here in England, and you want to break that record. Yeah, that's my message to you. Please don't move.
But in all seriousness, yeah, Haaland, yeah. It's
Yeah.
gotta be.
It's gonna be.
Unless he gets injured. That's the only.
Oh, but isn't he like 5 or 6 games without a goal?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think back end of last season he didn't score much. But
Even in that pre-season right now, like 5 or 6 games, he hasn't scored.
honestly, that makes me even more scared because he's got probably
He's cooking.
appetite
Burnley
building.
and Manchester City are going to be vexed
Yeah.
after not winning the Community Shield. No, I loved. KDB came out after the Community Shield loss, and an interview asked him like, "Do you think Arsenal's a threat?" And he goes, "I'm not worried." Love that because she was like, "I'm not worried at all."
Fair.
Energy. Love that.
Well, I think that covers everything we wanted to do in terms of predictions
Yeah.
for the season and for this upcoming weekend.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, listening, whatever you're doing, whether you're listening to us speak. That's it for this week. We're going to leave our socials down below and like, comment and subscribe.
And we'll be back next week for another Round the Wall episode, so stay tuned.